I think human rights should be part of the HIV struggle, because without human rights, you are not going to achieve much progress in reducing HIV infections. And what do I mean by this? When you talk of human rights, and I think people complicate the concept of human rights. People look at human rights as this animal out there that is not realistic and that's not achievable. I think what we need to do is to break human rights to a point where people do realize that when we say human rights must be at the center of HIV struggle, are you ensuring that people give the right consent to testing? When someone comes and says, I need a HIV test, what environment is created for that person? Is there informed consent? Are they given information to make them arrive at a decision that would be beneficial to them? Or are they simply told, because you've presented at this health facility, one of the other things we must do is to test you for HIV? So a human rights approach would ensure that they get the right information about the disease. What are the implications? What would be the implications of taking a test? Supposing you test positive, what happens? Supposing you test negative, how can you prevent infection? And give them a holistic package so that then they know, I am taking this test because it's beneficial to me. And I want to believe that if people are reasonable, human beings are reasonable people, that if you give me information that is beneficial to me, I'm going to make the right decision. The next step is, once they test, how are we keeping their test result confidential? Or are we broadcasting it to the entire community? Where I come from, sometimes women told me that they'd go to the hospital, they get tested, and then they are given a note which is sealed and it's addressed to their husband, and they've told, go and take this to your husband and come with him on your next visit. They don't know what this says, and the note says she's HIV positive, can you accompany her to the clinic so that you also get a test? And of course, when the husband gets that, they're going to beat them. And so the whole aspect of confidentiality is not adhered to. And human rights ensures that you actually don't do things like that, that you actually take her through a process of counseling that will enable her know and make decisions of disclosure herself. Do I want this disclosed? When? To who? By whom? Is it myself? Will I require somebody else to help me? So, and that's pretty basic. So human rights is not this complicated thing.
For further information on human rights, HIV/AIDS, and to endorse now more than ever the joint statement, visit www.hivhumanrightsnow.org.